Alright guys, so for today's tutorial, we're going to be dealing with a lot. We're dealing with the solar system that just decided to take up some inhabitants on my face. We're also so gratefully accompanied by my best friend in this world, super ultra HD Canon camera. So, can't wait. But anyways, today I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup because I don't often do that on my channel, and I wanted to debut the new Urban Decay Cherry collection on my channel, but I wanted to incorporate it into a get ready with me tutorial so that you guys can see me use it for the first time. But I didn't just want to hop on camera with makeup on today, I wanted to show you the whole process. Because my skin is not cooperating, I feel like this tutorial might be useful for those of you who don't have perfect skin every single day of the year. So first, I ran out of my favorite primer, so I dug through my travel bag and I found a travel size, so we're going to use this guy up. I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover X Hydrating Primer. My skin, believe it or not, I think it probably looks shiny on camera, but it's very, very dry right now, very irritated, and I'm having the worst breakouts that I've ever had on my chin area, and I don't know why, I don't know what's causing it. So I'm going to prime specifically that area. I hate running out of a holy grail product. I use this every single day. I've been without it for a few weeks, so maybe that's why I'm breaking out. But I'm glad that I found this miniature one because I will use it until I suck it up and repurchase this once again for like the 11th time. Now I think today I need a little bit of extra hydration if I really want my skin to be glowing and fresh looking. So I'm going to use a little bit of the Smashbox Primer Oil. I'm going to pop it onto my sponge. The sponge I'm using is dirty, but it only was used once. I just am too lazy to clean it. Probably shouldn't do that if I'm complaining about breakouts. The sponge I'm using is the new Huda Beauty sponge that has not been released yet. It's actually pretty good. I like how pointy it is for concealer. I'm going to keep away from my breakouts with this. I'm mainly going on my cheek area, my highlight area. So I'm also running out of this product. This is the Marc Jacobs Coconut Gel Highlighter Dewdrops, the golden one. As you can probably see, I'm running out of it. So the only way I can apply it, because it's not pumping out anymore, is to take the pump out and use what's on the stem. So I put this in my highlight area, again, a little bit on my nose, chin, forehead. I do get a lot of questions about like how I get a glowing complexion, how I get my skin to be glowy, and this product is definitely a key factor. My skin never acts like this, like these big, what I would call, I guess, cystic breakouts are happening. So I think I did something wrong like in my skincare routine. I might have to break into my Drunk Elephant baby facial, and usually that makes it get worse before it gets better, but it might be time to just resurface the entire thing. I really don't want to add like a ton of foundation, but I do definitely need full coverage. So I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. This is in the shade 190. I want to say it's a little too light for me. I used to have the shade 230 and I would mix 190 with it, and it gave me the perfect color, but I ran out of 230. I clearly need to go on a shopping spree because I'm running out of all of my holy grail makeup products all at the same time too. That's always how it happens. My dog scratch is almost gone, by the way, and it's not going to leave a scar, thank God. I actually have been putting Drunk Elephant Marula oil on it quite often, not every single night because I don't always like to go to sleep with an oily face, but I've been putting it on the scar, especially in the beginning when I first got it, and I don't think it's gonna scar at all. Wow, so pretty much all of my breakouts, thankfully they kind of flattened down a little bit. These ones are kind of still bumpy, but this covered the redness without any concealer, but believe me, I've been battling with them for the past week. It has not always been this easy to cover them. So moving on to concealer, this is one of the new products that I have tried to work into my collection. This is the new Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer, and this one is in the shade Cotton Candy. I recently used this on my Instagram, and the shade that I used I think was too dark. I can't remember the name of it, but I love this because it has a little metal cooling applicator tip and it feels so good to apply. I have been loving using this for the past couple days. So I'm just going to smooth this under my eyes. This is a very, very pigmented concealer. I think it would be very easy to go overboard with it, so I'm not squeezing a lot out. It's just a little goes a long way. And you can kind of blend it a little bit with this metal tip, and it's just very cooling. It feels very good on the skin. And I prefer this to like a sponge applicator on a concealer because I can disinfect this metal tip if I need to. I hope you guys like step-by-step tutorials. I feel like I like to get ready in the morning watching tutorials like this, so I like to do them occasionally on my channel. It's just they do take a lot longer. Alright, so this is blending very easily. This sponge is definitely a win. I am very happy with it. I don't know why it hasn't released yet because the concealer is available. I'm gonna set underneath my eyes and around my face with this Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I haven't used this in a while. I don't know what makes me want to reach for it today, but that's what we're going for. I'm gonna take this Spotlight Duster and just tap it underneath my eyes. Also, sweep it over my eyelids. Last time I did a tutorial with this HD camera, my eyelids were creasy AF after I did concealer, and I didn't like staring at that for 25 minutes as I edited my video. So I've used this combination before on my channel, but this is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer. I love this for a very minimalistic, very natural looking glow, bronze glow. Not a glow, I don't know what I'm saying. And this is a ColourPop F9 brush. It is a match made in heaven. And so I'm gonna swirl this brush in. I do pick up quite a bit of product, and I'm going to go in circular motions over the contour area. So this is so minimal that you might not be able to see what it's doing on camera. This is definitely better for fair skin. So to set my entire face, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in the shade 1. This is very well loved. I feel like this is a product that I actually don't talk about a whole lot on my channel. I definitely have mentioned it before though. I've got my giant Urban Decay Cherry. It's time to break it open and use the first product out of the Cherry collection. So first up, we have the new cherry scented Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So I'm excited for this. I wish it was full size. This is travel size. I am obsessed with the Urban Decay All Nighter. It's my favorite setting spray of all time. But let's see if I like the smell before I complain about the size. So sometimes I like to set my face in steps. So this is like the base layer, I would call it. And so I'm gonna set it before I move on to my eyes. Okay, so I'm fanning that down, and that smelled pretty good. Now it's time for brows. This is really boring. I'm just gonna fill my brows in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is in the shade number 4. Then I'm gonna go over the entire brow with the Gimme Brow. Mine I think is in the shade 5, and this is going to set them a little bit. Also, it's going to get rid of any possible foundation, concealer, whatever that is stuck in them. Guess what? We are also running low on Gimme Brow. Gimme a break. Alright, so it is time to open up the Naked Cherry palette, and we're gonna work on eyeshadow. Here is what we're working with. Do you guys like how I have pink nails with my Naked Cherry palette? I think first I'm gonna go into the shade Juicy with a white fluffy brush. I will leave all the brushes down below that I use for this look. And I'm gonna blend this into the outer portion of my crease. Are you guys upset about Urban Decay discontinuing the original Naked palette? I definitely feel some type of way about it because it was the first high-end eyeshadow palette that I ever had. And I think Urban Decay's shadows are great. They're an amazing brand to like buy when you're first getting into makeup. They have these palettes with all these colors to help you create your look. And I don't know, it's just nostalgic to me, so I'm definitely a little hurt. This is definitely one of those palettes though where you've got to have a liking for the shade range, obviously, because the whole thing is like cherries and purples. So if that's not your cup of tea, then this is not the palette for you, but I'm kind of living for it. It's definitely very different. I appreciate a different palette on the market. Taking a more condensed brush, I'm going to go into the shade Devilish. I'm going to put this right in the outer lid space and a tad into the crease. Alright, so this blended really nicely on top of that juicy shade. Going back to the original brush with no product on it though, I'm blending the very top near the brow just to make sure that it's not a harsh line. Taking a packing brush, I am going to take the shade Hot Spot, which is the matte-ish white, and I'm gonna put this all over the inner portion of my lid and just see how it goes. I definitely haven't done a look like this in a long time with like a white on the lid. I'm just kind of packing this and sweeping this and packing this, and I'll go back in with that other color to make sure this doesn't overlap. Oh my god, there's a stink bug flying around in here and it just scared me. Where I live, there's like an infestation of stink bugs and they're so loud when they fly. Alright, so I am taking that more condensed brush with Devilish and I'm going over that outer corner so none of that white is in the area. I'm going to take the shade Feels. It's like a pinky mauve on a pencil brush, and I'm going to put this all over the entire bottom lash line. And as I mentioned in a few of my recent videos, if you do this technique, you are effectively covering up your wrinkles rather than trying to rely on concealer. Even though I must say, out of a lot of concealers that I've tried recently, this Huda Beauty one did a fantastic job with the Cover FX powder of not settling into wrinkles. Oh my god, the bug keeps flying and scaring me. Now that that is on, I'm going to take the same brush that I've been using with Devilish and just take a tiny bit on the tip of it, and I'm smoking out the lower lash line. That applied amazingly. I need to step away, apply my mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back to use more of the Naked Cherry products. Alright, so I'm back. My lashes kind of gave me a little bit of trouble because they are a really tough band. I believe they are a House of Lashes lash that I got in a BoxyCharm box. So they went on eventually, and I do think they're cute. They're very small compared to what I'm used to, and I have small eyes, so I kind of think they fit me. But to kind of make them blend a little bit better, I am going to be going into the waterline with both of the eyeliners out of the Urban Decay Cherry collection that I was sent. I have Love Drug and Black Market. Love Drug is the cherry color. Black Market is a very either deep cherry or black. So I'm gonna go in with both. I'm gonna go in with the black first tight line and hopefully make these lashes a little less noticeable if there's any detachment there. And then in the outer portion, I think there might be a bee in here too. Alright, that's fantastic. Oh my god, I have no choice. I'm gonna have to kill it. It's like, it's angry. Okay, bye. Okay, I had to resort to chemical warfare to kill that bee. Okay, so where was I? I really hope that like bee spray is not gonna kill me because now it's all over my room. But I am going to take Love Drug. It is the cherry shade, and this is going to go into the outer corner of my lower lash line. So hopefully it gives the illusion of a smokier lower lash line without closing up my eyes too much and making them look too small. And guys, when I was up battling that bee, I saw this in the mirror, and this is one of those looks that's like really, really real life pretty. Like, this is one of my favorite looks that I've worn, and I can't wait to wear it out. So that's a good feeling. I hope that the rest of my face makeup doesn't take it too far, because right now it's so like, not bridal, but very just soft and really pretty, and I want to recreate it already, so I'm really liking this look. Okay, so next up I have the Urban Decay Naked Cherry Highlight and Blush Palette that I'm going to use, and I'm hoping the blush in here isn't too dark for the look that I'm going for. So there's a blush, a highlighter, and a translucent pink shimmer. We're going to use all of them. I'm going to start with blush. This is my F40 out of my favorites set with Sigma. I'm going to pick up a little, but I am going to tap it off. I don't want this to be too dark. And I'm going to apply it directly to the apples of my cheeks. That actually is a really beautiful color. I'm not going too hard, but everything is so monochromatic, and that's what I live for. It's basically a muted version of what I have going on my eyes. Really, really pretty. I can't seem to find my typical highlight brush, so I'm going to go in with my Morphe R36 for the highlighter. The highlight is the darker of the two, so it's this like golden champagne. And I'm going to use this like I normally do right along the cheekbone area. That's actually a stunning pinky golden glow. Okay, so now that that is on my cheeks, I'm going to take that same highlighter to do my nose highlight. It's not like a blinding highlight. It is more subtle than some of the ones I'm used to, but it's giving me such a soft, realistic look. I love it. Alright, so I am going to pick up a little bit, just a little bit of that translucent pink shimmer. First, I think I'm going to use it on my collarbone just to see how it applies, because I don't want to ruin my look. Alright, that is so sheer, and it is iridescent, and I like it, but I don't want to add iridescence to my face. So it's gonna stay on the body for now. So there are 3 shades of lipstick in the Naked Cherry collection. There is Juicy, Cherry, and Devilish. So here they are, Juicy, Devilish in the middle, and Cherry. Alright, I don't want to mess this up at all. So let's see. I'm gonna do my favorite glossy combo as of lately with my pale skin. So I'm going to take the Color Sensational lip liner from Maybelline in the shade Nude Whisper, and put a tiny bit on my bottom lip and a tiny bit to even out the top. And then I'm going in with So Cute Gloss from Kylie Cosmetics. Oh, it smells so good. Pinky nudes, my addiction. I'm so sorry that I couldn't do the deep red. I wanted to do the deep red, but I just had to do it. I had to. Alright guys, so that was my first rundown with the Naked Cherry collection from Urban Decay, and I have to say I had a very, very good first impression. The eyeshadows blended so beautifully. I am absolutely going to be reaching back into that palette to recreate this exact same look. I like it so much. I didn't know if I would like these shades on my eyes because I don't have a palette like this that quite has the right range of cherry colors. So now I know that I love cherry eyeshadow, and I absolutely want to do more looks like this on a regular basis because I am so happy with this look. I know that it's not like so deep dramatic glam, but I think that the tutorial that I gave you is a very accurate representation of something that I would do on a regular basis, and I used a lot of my favorite products. And I don't think I have much else to say. If you guys have any questions, then please leave them down below and I will answer them for you. I'm gonna go ahead and link everything that I used in this video, if I can, down in the description if you want to check it out. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that this video wasn't too long and too spastic, but I had a really great time filming it and I love the outcome. So that is it for this video, and hopefully I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye.